You know, I'm just gonna go on a little bit of a rant here. Yeah, let's go on a little bit of a rant. Fix stuff right. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sweet Oak. We're gonna do a little bit of long overdue work we should have done before we tried playing around in the snow with the skid loader. We are going to throw some chains and a little bit better tires on the back of this old case here. The very next day, I hopped right on Marketplace. Lo and behold, there happened to be a pair with chains already on, used set, decent set. They're off an old Kubota, and we're gonna plop them on. But you know what? Nothing's ever easy around here, is it? Unfortunately, the old owner, previous to me that I bought this from, decided maybe we should throw some different size studs on here. It drives me nuts, guys. It drives me nuts. You know what really grinds my gears is when people don't fix stuff properly, and that's what we got going on here. On this one side, lucky me, they decided to put some smaller bolts. I don't know if they're 1/2-inch bolts, what they are, but we gotta try to find a way to get a wrench in the back and start popping off these wrong bolts and nuts, and then we'll throw in the proper studs and all that good stuff. We got unseasonably weather. We're just a couple days before Christmas, so happy holidays to you all. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I hope life's treating you all good. We hit 40-something degrees today. Crazy stuff's melting. Look at this. Look at all this stuff melting here. Also as well, we got ourselves a little bit of a tractor update. I think between pulling out the skid loader here, and there was an issue where we had to pull out a vehicle a couple days ago, and the throwout bearing's really starting to make some noise. I bought it. It had a bit of a noisy throwout bearing. So we're going to get to throw a clutch in this thing here sooner rather than later. So that being said, I ordered some parts for my old pickup here. We're going to try getting that going first time in close to 10 years. We'll throw a clutch in this tractor and hopefully no more surprises. Anyways, let's get on to the skid loader here and get some better rubber on this thing. They did. They used just nuts and bolts. Got some frozen mud. That'll be fun. We'll take a dirt removing device here. We'll try to get some of that dirt. First, we're going to be living on a prayer, and I'm going to give the impact here a few tries, and we might get lucky. I mean, anyone that we get to come off without having to try to reach around with the backside is a huge win. So, fingers crossed. We all know what's going to happen. None of them are coming out. Exactly as we suspected. All we did was loosen them, but so now we're gonna have to really see how hard it is to get back there. Otherwise, if this turns into way too much of a dog and pony show, I know somebody that's got a torch, and I'll just cut all these things off. But right now, we're gonna give it a try at least. Okay, I was able to grab a flex head, 1/2-inch drive ratchet, and get it to stick on there. So let's give it a go here. You know, I'm just gonna go on a little bit of a rant here. Yeah, let's go on a little bit of a rant. Fix stuff right. Because what did this get you? So this saved you 20, 30 bucks, but it's causing not only the next person, but what if you needed to change a tire? And it's like, oh, I'm glad I saved 30 bucks, but now I got a good hour worth, if not more. This is probably gonna be over an hour just to do this. We'll see how it goes, but like, if you would have put the proper studs in, and who knows, maybe there's a reason why. When we get this off, I might be in for a whole can of worms, but I'm assuming. And this wouldn't even be a video. So I don't know. Fix stuff right. don't go about doing stuff like this. Cool, you save 20, 30 bucks, but now you screw not only yourself, but the next guy down the road. But all right, rant over. Let's see if this works. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. There you go. Right there. Just your run-of-the-mill, probably grade 8, and probably not even that, probably grade 5. Two down, 4 to go. Also, I know what a few of you are thinking. Here comes a guy with a whole rant about doing the stuff properly. And here he is using chrome sockets. Yeah, they're not on there tight at all. So I feel confident. I mean, they're coming off really, really easy. Now we got the 3 uppers here. And that's going to be interesting getting the ratchet and socket on. Feel it. I can feel it in my clothes. I'm just noticing something, and I'm afraid to admit it. I have a feeling I can get a grinder in there with a cutoff wheel. No, we're not going to talk like that, because then I got to go in the house. I think that's where the grinder is. I'd rather sit out here and fuss with it for the next 30 minutes cussing instead of just walking into the house and grabbing the grinder. Yeah. Unless it is over here. Check the toolbox. I don't know. It could be over here. We know it's in the house. We know it's in the house. Here's the grinding wheel. I do not think I'm on it whatsoever. I'm not. If you saw earlier, there was that twine wrapped around, and I think that twine is bunched up close. Grab the old Craftsman USA, creating a problem for us to get the socket around there. At least get the socket around with the ratchet. Let's see if I can get lucky and just kind of get the open part of the wrench on it. Jump on it. Jump on it. This might be the ticket, guys. Oh, it's part way, but since it's not a socket, it's... Oh yeah, you stubborn mule. Ouch, that was finger. Yeah, got the box end to finally go because it came out far enough. And I got lucky too because this is a ratchet wrench. And it just so happened to be the right way, so. 1 to go. Oh, holy guacamole. That's what we're talking about. Well, let's see what's in store for us. Well, nothing other than everything that you would expect to happen. See that? See how oblong this is? It's like, come on. You know, can't use that one. That's from running stuff improperly. Whether you're running with loose lugs, whether you're running with the wrong side because you got nuts and bolts, for crying out loud. That's a lot of twine. Okay, so you want to get, because we don't know what goes where and we're trying to avoid all these really bad spots. Oh, Jesus. Well, I found out what they did to hold them back there.
Yep. They tack welded them. The problem with that is when you go to put your stud back there, it can't sit flush against stuff. So if I'm lucky, I'll be able to avoid any of that. Otherwise, we are going to have to get the grinder, and it just never ends. So you mean to tell me that going through the trouble of just grabbing some random, bolts that just fit in there and then tack welding them on is way better than just running? It's a case 1840. And as a matter of fact, this isn't even case lug nut. So this is 9/16. The knurled end is what holds it in case you didn't know how it works. But this is a 9/16, and the length from this side of the flange to the end is 1 5/8 inches. You can go as far as 2 inches if you want. I want to go much shorter than this. You can go 1.5 inches, obviously, but I want to go much shorter. But I would say a happy medium, 9/16, which is the diameter, by 1 3/4 inches, and you'll be just fine with these old cases. We're an hour plus into this right now. Okay, here we are. Now, in order to dodge those tacks, and that does seem to be one of the better holes here, there. I need 3 inches, and that's what I got. So I'm just gonna mock this up. Since we're mocked up like that, it should be 6 inches across all the way, and that's what that means. 6 bolt by 6 inches. That means the farthest one's across. So, and then I should have my 3 inches, which I do, in between every single one. So this should work. I'll show you here how simple it is to draw these right up in. You can go a couple different ways if you like, but there's a method that I've used a whole bunch. So it's as simple as this. Some people will throw washers on the backside. What I say is just, when you do put this on with the rim or the wheel, you put the cone at the wheel to help with the centering on the wheel, but you want a flat spot. But it's as simple as you just kind of hold her back here, give her a little, and it'll draw up. And then back her right off. It's that easy. So on the other side, we're gonna take this wheel off, and what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna do it real time. I'm not gonna cut it. I'm not gonna edit it, speed it up, nothing like that at all. I'm just gonna rip off the 6 lugs and pull the tire off, and you will see the difference. This, like I said, took me over an hour to do what you just saw. We're gonna do it in real time over there, and let's just see how fast it goes. All right, are you guys ready? On your marks, get set, go. Time. Quite the difference, huh? I'm guessing that was roughly 30 seconds. So what I think I'm gonna do, this front tire is really, really bad. I think I'm gonna throw this on the front there. I got another set of tires coming because in the spring I'm gonna rip the chains off of those. I got spray paint, all that good stuff. I'm gonna paint the wheels to the proper case color. Power tan, by the way, it's called. Case Power Tan. You wanna have your equal tread just because you want all 4 wheels spinning kind of at the same gear ratio so you don't tear anything up. If you're in more soft land, like your dirt and all that, it's not gonna tear up near as much.
if you're on a harder surface, you really almost never want to run mismatched tires as far as tread depth and all that good stuff. You want them all to be the same diameter and wear evenly. Your fronts are always going to wear a little more than your rears. That's just kind of the nature of the beast with skiddies. So anyways, let's throw the other one on, and I think we're going to call it a night, but let's get to it. Well, there it is. It's that simple, right? I'm glad you could see the difference between one side when it was done properly, on the other side when it was done improperly, and it took way, way, way longer. A job that I wouldn't even make a video for would have 10 minutes. So it takes you longer to jack up the skid loader than it does to change one side, but not when you have that issue. So yeah, I thank you guys so much. This has been so fun. It's around the holidays, so I do want to apologize a little bit about not getting as much long form content out there. I'm really, really blown away by the amount of nice people out there and everything. I really do appreciate, I feel like I say it all the time, but I really, really do appreciate every single one of you that takes time out of your day to watch, leave a comment, throw up a like, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. You don't have to do any of it. If you want to watch, that's just good enough for me. Again, I'm Travis. This is the Sweet Oak channel. You guys have a great rest of your year. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next year. Take care.